Hi all. Today let us discuss about two concepts, that is written constitution and unwritten constitution. In the previous video we were working on the constitution. So now we are going to deal with written and unwritten constitution. So the introduction to written constitution. First we will cover what is written constitution. So written constitution, it says that these are basic principles which are written in format, and it can be in one or more than one document. So these are written and it can be written in one or more than one document. It is through the efforts of a constituent assembly or a monarch or legislature. So all these people can take efforts to make the written constitution. In some cases, government is bound to follow certain customs and conventions also. That means even if it is a written constitution, we also include certain customs and conventions which are a great part of the unwritten constitution. So Constitution of India and USA are the best examples of written constitution in the world. Some of the features of a written constitution are clear and definite. So we already discussed that there should not be any scope for confusion in a constitution. The provisions in the constitution are very clear without any confusion. It is permanent and rigid. It is more permanent in character and very less scope for amendment. So almost all the written constitution are permanent and rigid. Then rights are more safe. It protects and safeguards the fundamental rights of the people. That means it is written somewhere in a document, so it is more promising than an unwritten constitution. So that means the rights are more safe. Then necessary for a federation. So for all federations, constitution is very important because the provision regarding division of power should be written in nature. That means in a division of power, we can see that there will be a central government and there will be a state government. In such cases, the functions of the central and state government should be demarcated properly. So there the written constitution is very important. Then one of the disadvantages of written constitution is it is less adaptable to change. It is very less adaptable to change because it is permanent and rigid. It is very less adaptable to change. So now we will move on to the unwritten constitution. So almost all the principles will be just opposite to the written constitution. So here we can see that it is a collection of customs, conventions, traditions and some written laws. So that means everything is not written in nature, but some written laws are also there in a unwritten constitution. But basically it is an amalgamation of all these things, customs, conventions and traditions which are evolved in nature. It is a product of historical evolution and it is not enacted. That means it is not made by a constituent assembly or a particular body. It is evolved. It is through historical evolution. Some of the provisions are written in nature also. The Constitution of UK is the best example of unwritten constitution in the world. Then some of the features. One is elasticity and adaptability. That means it is adaptable to various social and political environments. So based on the environment needs, that is the social, political and economic environment needs, we can make certain changes in the constitution. It is more flexible. It easily accommodates the welfare measures of the people. Then popular constitution. It includes social customs and conventions. Because it is flexible in nature, we can add any significant provisions in a constitution. So that is why it becomes a popular constitution. Then some of the disadvantages of unwritten constitution are, it is very important, that is it lacks definiteness. So it is not definite in character. Sometimes it can be vague. Sometimes it can be ambiguous. And lack of stability. So it is not stable. The written constitution is the permanent and rigid, but the unwritten constitution is unstable and flexible. And it is not suitable for a federation, because in a federation the clear demarcation of the roles and responsibilities should be mentioned. So for a federation, unwritten constitution is not at all feasible. Only written constitution is feasible for a federation. So today we were discussing about some of the features of written